Hello, good afternoon. I'm your host, David Soto, and I hope you're having a wonderful and prosperous new year so far. I wish I could say the same for me. I actually, believe it or not, I actually fell off my motorcycle at the start of the year, and got some scratches and bruises, but I'm okay. I got a little ache and pain, but life goes on, right? So today I want to talk to you about how we're going to enter a trade using my new magnificent trend indicator, okay? And as you can see, it will only give you signals, going with the bigger trend, okay? So, which is good, right? You have, if you go back in the back, you have a downtrend here, only down arrows, up arrows, vice versa, right? So now I picked this particular pair. This is GBP and ZD, okay? Great British Pound versus the New Zealand dollar, okay? And I picked this one because this one really frustrated me, and I got into this trade too early, all right? Actually, I got in this trade when the arrow first appeared here at this point, and then it went up more. So I closed the trade and took a loss, and I said I'm going to wait, okay? And indicator has been slowly repainting, okay? Now we know this is going to happen, okay? All indicators are going to repaint, and even the indicators that do not repaint, the quote-unquote non-repaint indicators, the price can continue to go up, okay, which I have seen many times. And there could be news to break out, which could cause a spike in the price, right? So there's a lot of unexpected events that can happen in the Forex market that we just have no control over, okay? That's just part of the gamble side of the house when it comes to trading Forex, okay? We have to take a risk, and we have to assume that, price could go up, price could go down. We don't know. It's always a 50-50 chance, right? So here's what we can do to kind of mitigate some of that risk and minimize our losses, all right? So number one, okay, the first step is to wait, okay? When you first get an arrow to buy or sell, wait about 5 or 6 hours, okay? That's my kind of ballpark number, okay? At least 3 to 4 hours, but I would say about 5 or 6 hours, because you really got plenty of time to get into the trade anyhow. So now, if the indicator does not repaint after about 5 or 6 hours, then you should be good. Now, if it does repaint, then you need to wait again another 5 or 6 hours, okay, until you don't see it repaint no more. Now, look at this indicator right here, okay? It has repainted all the way here. So this is a very, very fresh signal. At least that's what you see, right? You don't see all the repainting that happens. So, but that's okay. I still would wait another 5 or 6 hours before I go to place a trade. Now, here's what I suggest doing. Do not place a market execution trade. You can, okay. I'm gonna show you what I recommend doing, and then I kind of leave it up to you as to how you want to trade. Yes, you could place a sell trade right now, but there's always a chance it's going to go up even higher. Now, if I go out to a higher time frame, 4 hour or daily, wait a minute. Okay, here. If we go to the daily chart, we see right here there are some high points that have already broken. All right, so meaning this could go even higher. Okay, I hope you understand that. So we have another high point right here. I can mark that, okay? That is our resistance, all right? That we are looking for the price to possibly go to. We don't know. We're not fortune tellers. I'm not a fortune teller. And you see right here, if I go back to the 1 hour chart, you see right here that we're almost there already. So what we can do is put a sell limit pending order right here, okay? Now, what I like to do is, this is just me personally, I like to not use a take profit or stop loss, okay? Now we're getting into this kind of gray areas, okay? So I know a lot of people say, well, if I don't use a stop loss, you know, that can be risky as well. Everything's risky. But here's what I recommend. And I know many of y'all want to use a stop loss, and that's going to be perfectly fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a sell limit pennant order with a stop loss, okay? And I'm going to show you this real quick. I'm going to place a pennant order. I'm going to place multiple pennant orders actually. Alright, so the first one I'm going to put here at 2.02500, okay? And take profit, I'm not going to use take profit. I'm going to use a stop loss. I'm going to use about a 200-300 point stop loss, and I'm going to put this at 2.03, 2.03, okay? That's right. Let me place that real quick and see what it looks like. Okay, there. Now let me remove that green color line so that you can see this a little better. I'm going to the 4-hour chart so you can get a better view. Okay, now you see here I put a sell limit pennant order with a stop loss but no take profit. Okay, now hopefully this will you know, activate and drop. Okay, we don't know. What I can do also in addition is to put another sell limit, okay, at the same place of that pennant order. And I'm going to put this at 2.03 600, okay, and stop loss at 2.03 900, okay. And well, okay, let me bring this down a little bit. I want it right above that stop loss, okay. Do not overlap, but just put slightly above. Now I can get this take profit a little bit bigger, okay, like that. And I could also, if I want, increase this stop loss slightly. Okay, so I got enough buffer, enough room in there for that price to activate and move and drop. Okay, now if this price goes up and activates that stop loss, then it will most likely activate another sell trade. Okay, so meaning you're going to have this first trade open. Okay, the first trade is going to take a loss. Okay, however many points that is. Okay, this right here is, it says 729 pips. Okay, or points, depending on your broker, right? But okay, yeah, this is, remember, this is Great British Pound, so everything's a little bit different. But you'll have a loss, and then you have another trade here open, and hopefully this one will reverse. Okay, if not, you see we have a high point here that would have already broke, and the next high point would be here or even higher. Okay, I don't know the future. Okay, what I do know is that this will come back down, sure as the sun will rise tomorrow. It's just a matter of time. So what I can do again in addition is put yet another stop sell limit, right? I know this is going to sound crazy, but follow me here for a minute. Okay, I'm going to put this at 2.04 700, and oops, sorry, stop loss. I always want to put take profit. Stop loss going to put at 2.05. Let's just say 200. That should give me a, I can always readjust this a little bit. I want to put the sell limit slightly above the current stop loss here. Okay, so what we're going to do here now is, if this first trade, sell trade, opens and hits a stop loss, okay, we take a loss. If the second one does, boom, we take a loss. But then we get a third one. Hopefully this one will be the winner, and this one will drop. And what we're going to do is we're going to close the trade when we get the next blue arrow. Okay, so hopefully we'll have a big profit in the end. Either way, you might take a few losses on the way up, but on the way down will be a huge profit. And let's say the next blue arrow comes in, I don't know where this blue arrow is, okay? Who knows? All right, that is a strong support level right here, and is very possible. Okay, and I'm not a fortune teller again, but let's say the price goes up to here somewhere. Let's say right about here, and drops. Okay, it comes down to here. You'd have 11,000 pips or points in total profit. That's friggin' huge. Okay, so yes, you could have 729 points lost here, 800 points lost there, about 1,500 points lost. But in the end, you would have, however much I said, you'd have about 11,000, okay, in profit. So subtract the 1,500, you're looking at about, 10.95 or whatever. So that's okay. You'd have a huge, massive profit in the end. Now, in addition to this, what if the price is already maxed out right now? Okay, we have a strong belief that it's going to go up even more, but what if it drops now? So we need to put a sell stop pin in order. Okay, and this goes along with my trap in the price strategy, which I have made in a previous video, but this is a very basic and a very effective strategy because we don't know the future, but we do know that at some point it's definitely going to drop, and we cannot determine, neither you nor I can determine exactly where that reversal exact point is going to be. So we just gotta kind of set some traps, if you will, and I'm going to put a sell stop at 2.00200. I think that's right. I can look at my screen, and stop loss, put a decent stop loss on this one, which is 2.01700. Okay, so here is a sell stop with a kind of a big 1,500 point stop loss. Okay, not too shabby, but even if it drops now and activates a sell trade and shoots up, we're still in the final. We still have a huge profit. Okay, no matter what. All right. So notice I'm only using a stop loss. I'm not using any take profit. Okay, and like if you want to use a take profit, that's fine. But for me, I would rather wait until I get the next opposite color arrow. Okay, and this works whether you got a red arrow or a blue arrow, uptrend or downtrend, don't matter. The same principle applies. Now, if this was in a downtrend, let's say that the price was here right now, then I would put some buy limit pin orders down here to catch the price if it dropped even further. And I would put an additional one single sell stop or buy stop rather above this, okay, to catch it on the way up. And then you can do the same thing again if you get another arrow, okay, to buy or sell. Okay, same exact strategy. And do that for every arrow, even if you're in uptrend or downtrend. Well, right now, this is a fresh arrow, of course, and in time, probably the next week or two, I don't know, it's going to drop and form another red arrow, okay, and then continue dropping more. I don't know how, I just drew this green line here. I don't know how far it's going to drop. It could drop all the way down to here, which is very, very possible. I don't know. If it drops all the way down here, then good, excellent. I'll have a huge profit, all right? And these little losses are not going to matter, okay? What matters is that we get in at some point, okay? And we do some type of risk management to minimize our losses, okay, and maximize our profits, okay. There's going to be losses at some point in the forex market, okay. I'd rather you set something up like this so that you can kind of sleep at night and not have to worry what's going to happen, okay. Now you could say that this could go even higher. I don't know. I have a feeling not, but it's possible. You could set more sell limit pending orders, or you could, and this is going to have to be something you have to play around with, you could set bigger stop losses, okay, bigger gap spaces in between each of these. Alright, so it will kind of expand it out a little bit, okay. I just kind of did this to give an illustration, okay, and these stop losses are not huge, okay, so hopefully it's going to catch one of these sell limits and it's going to drop, okay, or this one sell stop here and it will drop. We don't know. That is the goal of all of this. Now once you set this, you don't have to come back and check this every hour, okay. I keep this on a 1 hour chart, but you could come back once or twice a day to check this, okay. If you have a VPS on your, you can log into your phone using a VPS, okay, which is a virtual private server, and you can get a VPS for $10 a month or less, okay, a decent VPS. So that's also a very good benefit, right? So anyhow, I want to kind of point this out to you and just show you some really simple way to set up your trades, and that way you have less stress, okay. You don't necessarily have to worry about drawing trend lines or Fibonacci's or anything else. You don't have to get technical with this, okay. Just set up some of these limit orders and one stop order and you'll be perfectly fine, okay. So with that said, I hope you have any, if you have any questions at all, hit me up on Facebook. I'll put a link below for my personal Facebook, okay. Please contact me there first. Also, I'll put a link for my private Facebook group where you can join my Facebook group and post any questions or comments in my Facebook group, okay. And hopefully we can all be a big community of traders and we can all learn from one another, okay. I admit I don't know everything in this world. Maybe you see something that I don't, you have a suggestion, and you can share that with others as well. Say we can all learn from one another. Also, I put a link for my new magnificent trend indicator. If you want to check that out, I have a video on my website. Click that link in the description below. Okay, so with that said, I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful new year as well. So anyhow, let me know how I can help you. Thank you and God bless.